warfare applications. Also, in fact, I remember, not quite as impressive in some respects as some of the self-contained launchers that were paraded in Red Square. Also used as the basis. Famous scallop-looking beam,
armoured car look,
which takes drive out through chain cases to the two wheels at the back and does allow for incredible artists. This is the reason for the cutaway body. The Ellis's red and green vehicle is in fact still carrying its original military. Originally designed by the Bantam Car Company, so there have actually been 4 companies effectively involved over the years. The reenactment group you'll find up behind the Munro's Birdingbury trailer, which incidentally will become the focal point of the arena at around about 11 o'clock, just as soon as the Tommy Atkins Society have finished their demonstration. But more. Incidentally, I mentioned the marshals down at Cambridge actually. They did also produce later on an ambulance body on the Land Rover 101 chassis. These were actually taken from storage, so they were built originally as general service type landing vehicles, built to be capable of withstanding a 100% overload. So if you rate it as a quarter tonner, that means it's capable of carrying half a ton, and so on and so forth. Since obviously the exigencies of the service may well require that you can't worry too much about the limits of your vehicle in the middle of a battlefield. Versions where the lorry or wagon that originally started life on solids would be converted to pneumatic. I'm not quite sure whether this is one of the later ones. Now the mainstay of many of the bus fleets, the Bedford OV. Now Bedford in fact introduced bus versions. There were motor vehicle and bus versions, and they did the S-type. There was a bus chassis originally we buried at last year because I just had behind another Bartlett Street, Q-Bill Dodge. Sometimes referred to as Parrot.
That's what I did. I realised that the year having said that, for what it owes me, it's paid for. The insurance is £120 a year, road tax is what? £38 or whatever it is. Yeah, and I've ridden it 4 times. So I don't think they'll get many more vehicles in
engineer was their worst emergency vehicle carried directly to the just an awful lot of work that the present owner did manage.
Oh, they're coming into the minutes. Right, okay.
Well, 1940 vehicle.
Are they going in order or something? It's got a nice copy, Joseph Dobie.
Which is then followed by the Fulton Thames Trader with the four-wheel drive conversion. Not entirely sure whose conversion. I'm sort of vaguely thinking possibly counting commercial cars who were fairly prolific converters, of course, but I don't have an awful lot of information on this one. In fact, the very first time it came here, it was undergoing a lot of...
When would a B-Reg be? A B at the end then? When did they start on the A's at the end?
Supported here in the year.
A long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
69 was it?
61.
What was that A-Reg at the end?
The honking operations.
So 1962
prior to Arctic and curtain silence becoming the norm in the days before.
I should have known you'd know, John.
Became a lost art.
I bet you remember them moving over to... I remember A-Reg just coming out at the front. That being a really big deal. One of my friends had an A-Reg car after the Y. London.
Now this carried in supercharged 2-trophy engine.
How many of them still got to bring in them? Army one.
And was driven all the way from Mulgai down to Daventry by its present owners about 10 years ago.
Oh,
They just recovery lorries,
absolutely original and as it first, as it was bought directly out of service, just as it was the very last day's work. For Transcontinental now, as we move our commercial vehicles out now. Thank you very much indeed to our commercial vehicle drivers for that parade. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the Wales.
1 minute. 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 1
that's still on, so we look forward to proceed.
Photographs of this in various stages of restoration. Gorgeous.
The Vickers Abbott 105mm self-propelled gun, brought here today by Tony Jackson. A bit of a giveaway there. There's a small petrol tank and a larger TVO tracked vaporising oil tank, as indeed there would have been originally on this now 13-powered E27N Major. One other thing you may notice, apart from the fact that the brake and clutch pedals are swapped round as compared to conventional car practice, also there are two brake pedals which can be linked with a bar, because in common with many other tractors, these fitted with a ploughing brake, sometimes called, or a slewing brake. Our motorsport aficionados may know it as a fiddle brake, where you can actually brake one hind wheel to effectively turn the tractor round that hind wheel. And again, with that carrying box, again using the 3-point linkage to its utmost versatility. Mr. Flint's with us now, of course, one of his vast collection of mini. That's a first place rosette from the dog show, which has just been handed in here at the commentary points. And in fact, whilst I'm at it, I might as well list the other found property that we have here, the blue checked child-sized baseball cap. Was lost and then handed in yesterday. Beautifully engineered engine, one which in some respects became a bit of an orphan because within the British Leyland Empire went for phases rather than marks. But this was owned by a retired senior army officer who went into pig farming. It then actually was owned by an undertaker's on the Isle of Wight. Not quite sure what they used it for, a little bit short for use as a handy van. But our Vanguard utility now, or trafficators, mounted fairly low down. That's our two-door saloon, which is followed by, not these in a hurry, is followed by our Morris minor van with the Poochylicious dog grooming services. Just doing a bit of advertising while we're at it here, of course, from Dunchurch. These actually are quite a rare survivor there. Very popular as well with GPO telephones and the Royal Mail, and in fact they did have their own specification of vehicle which came out the factory with certain special features. Little drains on the front and side there to drain away any water that gets trapped. Sometimes wonder on a car of that age actually whether they shouldn't really be little gargoyles. But anyway, now we go to the Flying Heavy 12. Number 967, standard tended to produce both what you'd call an ordinary model and the flying model. This one program, but belongs to John Maxwell. The flying tended to refer actually to the sort of, I suppose it was the general